Have you ever had to turn down a job offer because you were not interested in it? Or have you ever been inundated with offers? Good word, inundated. It means to be overwhelmed or have so much choice that you don't know where to start. You were inundated with offers. So you had to look at all the pros and cons, positives and negatives of each offer and choose the one that best suited you. However, it meant you had to turn down another offer. If that sounds like you, keep watching this video. My name is Catherine and I am a business English teacher. And in this video, I am going to give you a few ways that you can turn down a job offer without burning bridges. Burning bridges, again, another good phrase. So imagine you are walking across a bridge and you turn around and set fire to the bridge. You can no longer go back. You can no longer return the way you came. So you have cut off all communication and opportunity you had to go back. This is what we mean when we talk about burning bridges, causing damage to a relationship with someone. So much so that it cannot be fixed. So if you turn down a job position but you are rude about it, you can no longer reapply to that company because they will remember their last interaction with you and you have burnt that bridge. You cannot go back. This is what we do not want. So keep watching and find out how to turn down job offers without damaging your reputation or your relationship with the company. Now, you should always try to be positive when replying to a job offer, unless, of course, it was an awful experience and you need to give them feedback. You never know what could happen in the future. The hiring manager could end up being a manager in one of your future positions. The HR person that reached out to you could end up being HR in your next job. Maybe one of the candidates that you were rude to starts their own business and you apply to work for them. You never know when you might meet these people again, especially if you are working in a specific industry. So you always need to be professional and respectful, even when turning down a job offer. The first thing I'm going to say is try to negotiate the offer or come up with a counter offer. You never know how flexible companies or businesses or employers may be. So if the position is interesting, the company looks great, the location is perfect, but what they are offering does not meet your requirements, you are well within your right to say so. Some things you could write in your email or say to them are, I'm going to put them on the screen, but I'm also going to read them out loud so you can hear how they would sound. I am very interested in the opportunity. However, the salary is a little lower than my expectations. Is there any room for negotiation there? I would love the opportunity to join your team. However, I have been offered another position which has slightly better benefits. Would you be open to a discussion about the benefits this position comes with? Or if you have done your research and you know what someone with your skills and your experience is expected to get in terms of salary and benefits, you can also bring this up. I am really looking forward to working with you. However, the going salary for someone with my skills and expertise is a little higher than what you are offering. If you would be able to meet me at X dollars per year, I would be happy to accept the position. One thing you never want to do is accept a position without knowing the salary. I know this sounds obvious, but I've done it before. I was so excited to be working with a brand that I love in their headquarters that I was just willing to accept the offer no matter what the salary was. However, on my first day, it was very awkward when I had to check with my manager what the salary was. So make sure you know before you accept an offer. If the position is hybrid or smart working, as we see so often nowadays, but you prefer a remote work position, or maybe the hours offered do not meet the hours that you are available, this is also something you can negotiate. The salary and benefits meet my expectations, and working alongside you would be an excellent next step for my career. However, One thing I would like to inquire about is the hybrid working situation. Is it possible for this to be more flexible? Or you could say, however, the hours expected don't quite match my availability. Is this something we could discuss? So when negotiating, always show interest in the position, thank them for their offer, and then ask if what you are unhappy or not pleased with can be discussed or talked about. They may have to go to HR, they may have to discuss this with the person that sets the budget, but there is no harm in you asking to make sure that you are getting the best offer you possibly can. Often when you are applying for jobs, you apply to multiple positions at once and you choose between the lot of them which best suits you. Maybe they all suit your needs, but one is closer to home. One comes with more responsibility. One is the next best step in your career. Maybe one is more money. Maybe one is offering training in an area that you are really interested in. All of these are very valid reasons to turn down another job offer. However, you never want to burn bridges, there's that phrase again, with organizations that you have interviewed with. So in cases like this, where the position is very attractive, but you're going for another position instead, I would be honest and open with the company that you are turning down. Thank you for your time. I really enjoyed meeting you all in the interview and was very interested in the opportunity. I was offered a similar offer from another organization, and at this time it just suits my needs more. I was very excited about the position and the future projections of the company. I have been offered another position at an office slightly closer to my home, so at this time I am going to accept that offer. I was offered a position that had slightly better hours that worked better for me in terms of taking my children to school. So unfortunately, I have to turn down your offer and take the other. I would then end with something that really encourages the hiring manager or recruiting agent that you are interested and will still be interested in the future. I would appreciate it if you could keep my CV and let me know if any other positions become available in the future. If my circumstances change, I will reach out to you, as I do see myself fitting well within the team and would like to be considered for future positions. I appreciate your time and am disappointed that I have to turn down the position at this time. However, I will keep an eye out for any future positions you advertise. Like I said, this encourages the employer or business that you really are interested and you're not just wasting their time. So when your CV comes through again in the future, they will not immediately dismiss it. They will think, oh, I've had this person before come for an interview and they were offered a position. Have you ever had an awful interview? I have. Let me know in the comments if you've had an awful interview, whether you performed badly or the interview itself was bad. Let me know if so. As I said, I have had this experience, and on one occasion I took the position and on another occasion I didn't. If this happens to you and you absolutely do not want to accept the offer, it's still important to be polite, as I said, for professionalism and for your reputation. But here are some responses you can give that are more generic and don't go into detail. I appreciate your offer, and after having considered it, I have chosen to accept an offer from another organization. Thank you for your time and have a great week. Unfortunately, at this time, I will not be accepting the offer due to personal reasons. Thank you for your time and I wish you success finding the right candidate. The offer is attractive, however, due to personal circumstances, I will not be pursuing my job search at this moment. Thank you for your time. Notice how I always thank the recruiting agent or hiring manager because it takes time to interview. This doesn't burn bridges with the company, but it just lets them know that I'm not interested in talking further, I'm not interested in negotiating, and at this time I don't want them to ask me any questions about it. Now, I mentioned in the beginning about giving feedback, so I just want to end on a story today that happened to me. Back when I was working in marketing, I had an interview with a small startup, and the interview process was 3 separate interviews. First of all, I think that's too many interviews. You should know in the first or second meeting whether that person is someone you want in your company or not. The first interview was standard interview questions, and the second interview was a working session. Now, I didn't know what a working session was at that time. I can assure you now, I will not be accepting a working session again in the future. I spent over an hour evaluating the company's website, their customer journey, their user experience, and compiling feedback for them. I was smart enough to only give them 2 or 3 key points and not give them all of my feedback. And after all of this, I received an email saying they did not have enough money to fill the position at the moment. They should have known that before the second interview. But to me, it felt like they wanted my expertise, they wanted my knowledge for free. Usually you would have to hire a consultant to give you all of that feedback. So, although it's the other way round, this has created a really bad image of them in my mind, and I know I will never apply to that company again. Imagine it the other way round. Imagine you create an image like that for the person that's looking to employ you. You never want to affect your reputation when you're in an interview. You want them to leave thinking, they were very professional. It's a shame it didn't work out. Oh, I really liked them. Hopefully next time they will be available. On that note, I think that's it for today's video. I hope there is something here that can be helpful to you, and I hope if you are applying for jobs at the moment that you find something that you really enjoy. I wish you good luck and keep going. It takes time, but you will find something eventually. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.